How did the people to come to know that the thing was a grain of corn? The people came to know that the thing was grain of corn when the hen pecked and made a hole in it. Describe the first peasant who was brought before the king. The first peasant was old and bent, ashy pale, toothless. He walked with the help of two crutches. The old man could hardly see, but he could feel with his hands. He was so deaf as well. Or 2. B. Who came next? How was he different from the first person? This is the first, this is the second. The father was the old peasant. He came walking with one crutch. He was able to see. He was hard of hearing, that means he couldn't hear. He could hear better than his son. Who came last? How was he different? So this is first, second, third. The grandfather of the first peasant came last. First grandfather. He could walk without crutches. His sight that was clear, that means he could see clearly. He could hear good, and he spoke distinctly. He's hearing good and he spoke distinctly, or you can say he spoke clearly. Instead of distinctly, you can put clearly. What answers were given by the grandfather to the king's queries about where was the corn grown when he was young? So this question means, what did the grandfather say to the king's question? The answer is, where was the corn grown when he was young? The corn was grown everywhere when he was young. Buying and selling of bread, what happened? They treated buying and selling of bread as a sin, and no one ever thought of it. Think and answer. Why did the king order some very old peasant to be bought before him? Why did the king ask someone very old? The king ordered some very old peasant to be bought before him to know where the grain as big as the hen's egg was grown. So the simple answer is to know where the grain was grown. To know where the grain was grown. The grandfather refers to buying and selling of the bread as sin. Explain why. Why is it a sin? In his time, they knew nothing of money. Each man had corn enough of his own. They said it is the God's land, and they had given others what they had in excess. So they regarded the buying and selling of bread as a sin, because this was God's thing. So why will I buy and sell? Everything is to God. Read the following statement and answer. What does this line reveal about the speaker? Okay. Reference to the context. Read the following statement, answer the questions. They had what was their own and coveted not what others produced. Who said these words and to whom? The grandfather said these words to the king. Who said this? Grandfather to the king. What does it reveal about the speaker? The line reveals that the speaker belonged to the generation where people did not expect anything produced by others. Why did the speaker say this? The speaker said this to give an answer to the king's question about why the earth had ceased to bear such grain, about the changes in their physique. What does coveted not what others had produced mean? Answer, it means they did not want something that belonged to someone